Hi guys, and welcome back to Dakr City. So it has been a huge amount of time since I've been able to do one of these again, and obviously we now have the kind of big map. I've finally finished that. That's in it. You know, you can get that download. I'll put that in the description to the video, which actually has that download, just to save you guys some time if you haven't already got it. But what I'm going to do every single episode, well, I'm probably going to be focusing on certain areas, but I want to tell you guys where I'm building as well, otherwise it might not make much sense. But where we've got this spawn island, this is going to be my kind of central island. I'm going to have a big, like a huge, probably the biggest building that I'm ever going to make is going to be just taking up this whole space. It's massive. I've already started on a bridge going across. I need to redo the bridge, but it's mainly going across. It's either here or there. It's one of those two sections, which is where it's at, and that's the main highway. I think it might be up on the higher one. It might be here, but that's going to cross all the way across pretty much all of it, and then it'll kind of wrap around or something like that. It's basically going to be the massive road, the biggest road that I've got, or one of the biggest. I might have another one possibly at the top, which is going to be like the highways. So it's going to actually go through there, and this part's raised and this part's lower. So it'll be quite interesting there, but what I'm going to be focusing on is trying to finish up a section up here. And when we go into Minecraft to actually have a look, I'll be able to show you guys that. But yeah, let's load it up. So I've got it here. I'm not going to do the normal one, so you won't be able to see the window, unfortunately. But let's just show you guys where I'm at. So here's the bridge. I'm going to redo the bridge. I won't do it in a time-lapse fashion, because bridges are really difficult. I still haven't figured out how to actually get one to work. And you can see that I've just kind of got it going across here. And then this part here will actually be raised. Again, if you guys that haven't actually seen the Dakr City series, these roads are based off of Jag Thunder's roads. So you know, go to his tutorial if you want to see those. I've got my Armadale class there just to show you guys how kind of size-wise everything is. See the actual size of the roads as well, and also the new textures as well. Of course, I'm using Lord Dakr's Modern, my own texture pack, which there'll be a download for probably this weekend, which would be quite cool, or it might be out already. But if it is out already, and actually I'll make sure that it's out before this video. That'll make it a lot easier. It'll be in the description to the Planet Minecraft page, where I'm basically going to be updating it every week. But this is kind of what I've got so far in the texture pack, including iron bars and stuff, so I've got some of those. If we just fly over here, so I've got this cutting across, all the way across the actual island. You can already see the width of that small island that we had to look at. I mean, I'm flying at 4 times speed, and we're just going across this little bit here. So, you know, it's pretty big. Obviously, there'll be a bridge on the other side as well. Actually trying to figure out a way to get over this bridge. Now, I am from the UK, so we do drive on the left-hand side, so I've made it for that, and we do have a lot of curved roads. These curved roads, I'm actually going to make more curved. I've already been asked for a tutorial on them. They need to be more... I need to figure it out first. As soon as I figure it out, I'll do a tutorial on how to do it, I guess. But yeah, you'd be driving down here, you'd then turn off. I ended up putting in some parking here. I'll put some cars in. One I've got the basic shape as well. Use Jag's cars for those as well. And then you would drive across here. You'd have to obviously check this lane where you got the bridge. Problem is, how the hell do you get onto the other side of the road so far? I think I'm going to have to put in a roundabout. Again, quite a big UK thing. Roundabout is just a big circle that you go around, basically. You come in here, you go around it, and they can come back, and obviously it would have other turnings as well to go off into the other sections. Because I can't really figure out a way to really get across onto this other bridge if you want to go onto the other side of the bridge, I mean. So say if you come off here, you want to actually turn around and go across that bridge, but you've come from this direction. You'd drive down here, and then you'd kind of go, oh, Jesus. But then if you have a roundabout, you go around here, and then you can either go back onto that road, or you can go up the bridge. And yeah, I've thought about this quite a lot. But then when you come down here, then I'm going to have another roundabout to go around that bit. Or I'm going to have some way to turn around. And you can see I've started to extend this road going down to the bottom of the island. And I've still got this huge area. This is actually the area I'm planning on having for the big building. As you can see, I've pretty much cleared it, and I'm just going to leave that road there, build stuff off the side of it as well. So if I just fly back down. So yeah, I'm probably going to have some roundabouts in. I'm going to try and figure them out. I'm not that good at roads, I've got to be honest. They're really difficult. But I'm pretty happy with this so far. I think this looks cool. New texture as well that you guys have already seen. Oh yeah, new texture for this as well. Which you'll see in the texture pack update. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot of new stuff. What I'm going to be doing today, and what I want to do, is build a hospital. A lot of you guys know that I work in a hospital in the IT department. If you don't, you now do. And the city kind of needs one. And this central point here, if I can have like City Central Hospital, something like that, up on this point, you've got the highway going into here, you've got the two sides of the city. It kind of seems like a pretty good centralized point to have one. It's also got access to the river, so I can do some cool stuff there. I don't know if there's actually hospital boats, no idea. But I'm planning on having like the hospital up here. Obviously you can get to it by road, by air, by you know, your helicopters. But I'm also going to have a small pier at the back. I think that'd be cool, so I can actually have some sort of like hospital speedboats. Again, I don't know if they actually exist, but my city is going to have them. So that's what I want to do. I'm also going to talk to you guys about the design that I'm going to be thinking about. I might do this in a couple episodes of Dakr City. But this is going to be a thought process, and what I'll do for research to have a look. Obviously, I've got a huge space. I've just left this blank for the time being. I've just brought that road up to where I need it to be, but I think probably just this square here will do. I do want to have a big one. It needs to be the central city hospital. I also want it to be futuristic as well. So what we're going to do now is just, if I close this, and I'm just going to grab this over and show you guys what I was looking at. So SimCity, Cities of Tomorrow. Awesome. It's an awesome game, even though it's still goddamn buggy, which is annoying. But the architecture and things like that is really cool. What I was actually looking at is this thing. I can't remember what it's called. The Academy. There we go. And it's got some really cool shapes with it. I kind of want my city not to be futuristic, but I think the key areas I want to have quite nice and futuristic buildings. And then maybe as we go out, so this might be like the newest parts of the town or city, like newest redone. Then when you go out to the further bits of the city, we can also have like hospitals around everywhere. You have to have clinics anyway, like smaller hospitals basically. But I want this kind of to be quite futuristic. Oh, I don't want that. So I was just kind of having a look at Cities of Tomorrow for ideas, and this is something that I really recommend doing. I mean, you can do stuff straight out of your head. I'm sure you guys are kind of good enough for that, but it's difficult. It's really difficult. It's a lot nicer if you kind of have some ideas to kind of go with, I guess. There you go, you got a cool maglev there as well. That might be an awesome idea, to have something like that. I mean, Jag's going to have his like monorail going through. Should I go for something more futuristic? You know, you already can see this as well, like the how the roads connect up and things like that. You've got this junction here. I didn't really want a junction with my highway. I wanted it to be that it's the fastest way to get through the city, uninterrupted. You just drive on it, because that'd be a lot nicer than, you know, having to stop here, having lights here, and then going off. So yeah, let's have a look. There we go. There's some cool looking buildings here. But yeah, the Academy. I might just type in. If I can actually spell. I can't spell. There we go. So the Academy looks really cool. What I like about it, and this is what you kind of have to do when you have to look at stuff. Say what you like about it, and what you don't like about it, and then when you build it in Minecraft or build something similar in Minecraft, you can kind of mess around with it. If I just make it larger, this is really lagging. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, there we go. It finally loaded. I don't know if it's just a slow site. So let's talk about what I like about this one. I like these cool spiky bits. Different heights. That does make it look kind of quite interesting. You've also, I don't know if you guys noticed, this weird balcony on the side. Interesting. This is really cool. I like this edge piece here. That's awesome. That's really, really nice. I think I'm going to incorporate something like that. Let's have a look at other stuff as well. There we go. We've got this as well. There's all types of stuff. There's loads. Yeah, it's just awesome. Just awesome. So there's all those kind of buildings. What if we just do futuristic city is always a good one as well. Because there's loads of people that are, like artists and things like that. I mean, look at this. Just this page is already just awesome. So it's going to give ideas again. So there we go. Those some really cool curves. Maybe too much for, I think, my taste. I think it takes up too much space. It's quite, there you go. Cities of Tomorrow again. So yeah, what we're going to have a look at. There we go. One from Star Wars as well. I think that's from Star Wars. Or is that Battlestar? That's Battlestar. That's Caprica, I think. Caprica City. Again, actually, Caprica City is very cool. You guys are actually like Battlestar Galactica or fans of that. There we go. You can see this. That also looks cool. This hasn't actually got many textures on it, but there's lots of really nice bits in it. So, you know, you get that kind of... With this, actually, it's quite nice because it's not completely 100% futuristic. It's kind of, it's got a kind of darker feel in a way. Really nice. So what we're going to have a look at, I'm just going to grab open... I'm going to use paint because you guys have probably got paint. I don't use paint, to be honest. So I don't know if we can do it, but there we go. We've got a blank document up. We're just going to do a rough... This is just basically an idea. So I'm going to be looking front on. What do I actually want in it? And I've actually decided I want a tower in the center. So I'm going to have a circular tower. And this is already going horribly wrong. How do I just select stuff? And select all, no. Can I? So you can't just select circles. Well, that's terrible. Alright, I'm just going to draw it. Let's just draw this. So we've got black. So we're going to have some sort of circular structure here. This will be like a cylinder. Cylinder's easy in Minecraft, right? And then we're actually going to have two spiky bits. Oh my god, my drawing is terrible. Oh look, it was more spiky on that side. Okay, that doesn't matter. I'm just going to put in some of these. But also what I want is a big circular part kind of going around this part, but not cutting into this too much. So I'm going to have that there, and then that will come down. See, that'll be cutting into the side. There. I need to put the wall. Yeah, I do need to put the wall on. Now, have I got a... Yeah, I've got an eraser. God, this reminds me of going back quite a lot. How do I make this bigger? There you go. So I'm going to take this bit out. And I am not an artist at all, as you can see. But this will give me an idea, at least. So I'm going to have that section. This would obviously be actually cutting into here. So this needs to actually be defined. Why is that? Alright, it's not a brush. So this spiky bit would actually be curved, for example, as well. And then we can get rid of these parts, because that's not part of it. And then we can actually have this. I really hope this turns out well. But what I was saying about that cool lip part there... Oh, this is going to be ridiculous. If I was actually going to try to do this, something like that. So then have an entrance with beams. What do you guys think? So, as you can see, yeah, I'm not an artist at all. I'll probably have these spikes less as well, have them up here so I can have a helipad. Right? And then these are all going to have... Oh, good God. This is just hilarious. This is why I do hand drawing type things, but... yeah. If I actually built this exactly how it would look, it would just be so rickety. But we've got that, so that's what I'm thinking. As you can so I can't stop laughing at this. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I'm trying to show you guys thought process, but this is just hilarious. So I've got that's the idea I've got in my head. Oh my god. But tell me what you guys think of me doing these these things in paint, because this is hilarious. I can't draw for shit. But yeah, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a play in Minecraft, and I'm gonna make something a lot better than this. At least I'm gonna get the basics done, and then I'll show you guys how you can go from the world's worst paint drawing to an awesome one. Should we add some colour to this as well? Well, actually, I'm going to have mine mainly white, but we could have some red. And, yeah, there we go. Look at this. See, that's epic. Alright, guys. I'll catch you after I've had a play around and made something. Alright guys, so I've been building on this, as I was kind of saying, after my amazing drawing. So I'll just show you guys what I've got so far. I kind of want to show you guys what I'm kind of doing, what I'm thinking about, how I got some of the stuff that I've got in this. At the minute it's quite plain, it's quite simple, but I kind of want to show you guys the kind of build technique. It is huge. As you can see, it kind of looks like that shape that I drew, obviously a lot better. But you can see I've got these two kind of spiky bits. I was planning on having those going over here, then I was thinking about it, and I wanted to have a helipad on top of this, and it didn't really make sense to kind of stop the helicopter from doing it, and this kind of worked a lot better. That was a lot easier, actually. That was also one of the major reasons. So you can see this front part as well. I figured out how to do that curve. This part I actually just did myself. But what I basically did is I went onto Minecraft circles. So if you have a circle going like this, I don't know, let's go for 5, 1, 1, or 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like something like that. But this kind of simple circle. So that was going to be my arch, and I wanted that here, basically on this, which has been pushed back. So if I actually do it on this, if I go, I might as well just build it on a smaller scale, I guess. From my head. So I basically built up all of these sections. So I had on the ground, I should have actually just kept that. So if we do it the same way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I just said this is my front. But actually the wall was directly in the middle, especially on mine actually, the wall was directly in the middle of this one. So I had the curve for that. I then built this up by a couple of blocks. And up to here or something like that. Used something called plots, which I'll show you kind of after I've gone through this, to get a circle. I went, well, this is how like wide it is, or how high do I want it to be up to, and I set up to here. I don't know if that's 10 blocks or something like that. And then doubled it, of course, because I wanted the edge to be there, otherwise you get an oval shape. So then what I would have done with this one, for example, and I don't know how wide this is. I should really check that first. If I grab my wand anyway, and just do a quick little thing here. So I got 15 blocks. Well, that's quite high actually, but okay. But I would have gone, you know, something like this. Looked at the kind of top layer, and then when it actually curves down. So for example, with this one, it's going to be a bit weird. But you've got a 2 here on this circle, so it needs to go back, but it also needs to go down. Does that make sense? Because you're making a circle going this way as well, like this. I'll make it in line. We had 3 here, didn't we? Yeah. 2, 1. Then we had the 2 going this way, and then 5. This actually might be easier to show you guys this. But it's a really cool technique to get the shape working. So there we go. We got this. It's in line, and we want to make this curve as well. This kind of arch go onto one of these. So if I just find the level, and this will work kind of really nicely. There we go. So I think that's, yeah, that's it. So there we go. So I'd have 5 here, for example. And then, because this one goes down by 1 block, but this also goes back by 1 block. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it'd go like that. And then this one's down, and it's also back. So then you have something like this. And then this one's down and down again. And this one just goes back, so you then have this, and then this, if that makes sense. It's kind of a bit difficult to explain. And then the last one's going 3 down, and of course we're going back a couple, then it'd end up there, and I'd take out this part. And if I just quickly do the other side as well, I can kind of show you it a little bit, and I really wish I actually had my other thing now. So we have the 1 back. Then we got this weird 2-bit, and I just used MC Edit to actually basically change it to actually copy it onto the other side. Much easier. There we go. So we'd have something like this, and that would give you a curve as well. So that's quite cool. Actually, you could create some sort of like satellite dish with this technique as well. Quite cool. And then yeah, all I did was just, you know, make pillars and change the colours and stuff. You know, I'd just kind of go around and just add every so often, just add a couple of pillars where it kind of looked right. So I might add one there, 2 here, and then this one has it. There we go. So something like that. That's basically a smaller version, and that's all I did to create this bit. And then again, I used plots, got the size of it, did another shape, and I'll show you these in a bit. Plots is really good for this kind of stuff. But it gave me this kind of top section. You can really see how big the building is, which goes in. There we go. So you'd have this. I've just made the roof so far. That was a bit weird, bit of lag. Still getting lag. It might be because I've got this thing selected, possibly. But yeah, I was planning on having this as some sort of kind of eating area for the hospital. Quite cool. This is the kind of most finished part, I guess. This little front bit. It's not even finished yet. And then just push that block back, kind of rounded it a little bit more just by adding extra blocks basically until it looked right. And then these supporting parts, basically where the pillars are, I originally had them going all the way up straight, and I had them going up to there, and then I decided to curve it in kind of roughly, to be honest. I didn't really plan it as well. So we've got a big cylinder here. These ones again I used plots to get circles. I did try some weird stuff first. I actually tried to get this to go down, and then it had a floor. It's a bit weird. I'll show you on the interior. I'll just fly up. I don't know how big this building is. I think it goes up to about 200-ish. So it's quite big. It's like 150 odd blocks long. Well, not long, high. Possibly even that long as well, or wide. Yeah, so we're up on 210. So you've got, you know, I've got kind of a massive space. You can see where I've just cut into these side bits. But this is what it should look like, and this looks cool. So yeah, I've got the windows on this side. I haven't done any detailing on the side yet. I'm going to start on that soon. But look at, that looks ace, doesn't it? Really nice curves. And that was just using plots again. We fly through here. I've got to get my, oh good god, yeah, that's why. Usually I have it on 90. There we go, that's normal. It doesn't look too crazy. Again, you can see how much room there is. I think it's about 20 floors. The red marks that I've used, these are just to tell me where I've got. This one will be a floor, or this one will be the ceiling where I can put lights in, glowstone, and then this one will be the next floor, so I can do a different colour with that. If I go into this one, I can show you where I had raised it up. Oh, there we go. So I had raised it up and then brought these back straight, and I did have some supports on it. It looked really weird, because I was thinking about where I'm going to put the ambulances, and I couldn't really figure out a great way to do it. The weird thing is, actually, with this, these side parts were originally circular, and I could not figure out how to get this circular part to work with a normal circle. I guess I could have done something like the front, but it was just way too complicated. There we go, you can see the sides. Looking quite cool. I'm quite happy with these, but they're just massive circles. That's all they are. Or not massive circles, but you know what I mean. So we've got those. So I think where I'm going to have the ambulances anyway. Good God, you can see how far the pool is. I have like ambulances around this section, I think. Have some sort of loading bay. Or I might have something that comes out, but I think a loading bay is going to be better. And then possibly, yeah, just push this out a little bit and make a little cover so that it kind of looks different. Even have one on the other side as well. It is a big building. So I'll have that. I need to repair this. I just want to talk about the colours that I've gone for as well. I might change the red. Not sure yet. The reason I went for red and this white, I mean, the reason I went for white, obviously, gives you a clinical clean colour and clean feel. So that's why I went for that. Red, the typical good old cross, which you kind of, you kind of associate with medical stuff. I don't know if it looks a bit too harsh. I might go for something like blue, because I've got quite a nice, grab it. I've got quite a nice blue. Obviously, it doesn't work with a cross, but it's a bit more neutral. Whereas the red's a little bit darker. Also, these black outlines are just there for the time being, just to kind of give me an idea of stuff. The back, I actually just copy and pasted this in. Well, actually, I basically just made a quarter of it. I made a quarter of the building, then copy and pasted it. So like this, I only went up to this part on the curved bit, then copied that over to this side, then made half of the cylinder and then, or half the cylinder going this way, and then copy and paste it over to the other side. So there's not as much building as you might expect there would be. And there you go, you can see the back entrance is the same as the front at the minute, because I'm kind of lazy, I haven't cut that out or changed it. To get down into a dock area, I'll probably push this back as well, after I figure out exactly what dimensions I've got to work with. I need to put in some sort of striping going across these glass, I guess. Or possibly make another glass texture for the texture pack, or make this connected. I am going to make this one connected, the one I've got here, I just haven't had time to get around to it. So I'll probably do that and add some more glass textures and play around with those. See what they look like. And obviously I need to do the styling on the sides. Currently these walls are just blank. This entire central section is blank. It doesn't even have a roof on it. So I'll kind of, you know, bring out one layer possibly, or every so often, and then do some cool styling stuff. I'm planning on probably before this finished. So next episode there'll probably be, you know, quartz stone slabs, not stone slabs, stone walls or something. But you can see kind of, you know, styles. I'll make some nice windows. But I've got my three sections, 3 blocks even, 3 block high per floor, and I've got a block for the ceiling, block for the actual floor, and then 3 blocks to walk around, which is quite nice. So I'm going to do some sort of styling on these parts before it's done, because at the minute it's very, very blank. But now I want to talk to you guys about this is really funny. I'll actually just switch over quickly. So when I was building this, I was also looking at kind of other things as well, other buildings to do the styling, and I came across this in Anno 2070. I've basically made this building, and I didn't realize I actually played Anno 2070 like ages ago, like maybe a year and a half ago, and I basically built it in Minecraft. This I thought was in my head, but it's obviously not. So you can see these 2 little spiky bits and the circular center, and even this here, this bend here, I haven't got that from it. It's really weird. It's really odd because I was just looking for style, but I might do some sort of style stuff like is in here. I wonder if I can zoom in more. There we go, I can zoom in more. So I might do some more style stuff here, especially on these windows. This looks cool. So separating those, putting lines going across them. Obviously my one's got more going back, which I think is cool, but I think I even got this idea was subconsciously in there. Obviously this one's got a cool walk around as well, which is pretty nice, but this is a lot smaller than mine. I think that's a person. So, you know, this is a person. So this is tiny compared to my one, but it's got the same kind of ideas. I probably won't have these side towers. I don't know. Maybe have a big circular bit? I don't know. On the bottom. I'm not sure yet, but I'll kind of see when I get around to that. What I did want to show you guys is plots. So this is a super useful tool, and it's kind of been updated. A lot of you guys probably do know about it, but you might not. It's plots.co.uk. There'll be a link in the description so you guys can get to it quickly. What you can do and what it's used for, and what I used it for was, for example, if you go into the eclipse, you get this cool circle, and then down here, actually if you click on the middle part, if you click on the middle, you can get this slider. So you can like, oh, well, I want 107 blocks by 108 or whatever. And so you can get these kind of crazy shapes. I've got this goddamn bar in the way. So like that, you know. So this is basically what I did with those spiky bits. I would have gone like this way, done it on 2D. And if you do it on 2D, it actually tells you. If I scroll up, there we go. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there from the center line. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, and they can basically write that down, grab it. So for those circular bits, I would have gone from here all the way up to like this point, and then I did have it actually curving this way as well, which I did as another curve there. But this is a ridiculously useful tool. The Ep4, that's what I used for the roofy part. So you've got, you know, you can make cool stuff. You guys that keep on asking me for the Death Star, just grab this sphere and go nuts. Just, you know, go as big as you need to. There you go. There you go. You got a Death Star. So that'll tell you how to make it. And up here as well, you've got how many blocks it is. There's 131,000 blocks in that. So good luck. But if you do it with this, and you did want to build, for example, the Death Star because you're crazy, if you would go onto 2D, this will give you your layers. So it's almost like a layer by layer build. So there we go, you got layer 1, layer 3, and then you'll basically be building up. And if you do it in 3D mode and scroll, there we go, you can actually see it here. So you got the layers. That is cool, isn't it? You've got to admit that is awesome. So this is a really useful tool. I'm actually going to dial this down. It's a bit laggy on it. There we go. So then you got just 75 layers or whatever. So you can make, you know, cool stuff with this. That's really cool. I actually do advise sometimes using this instead, the Epsiloid, because you've got precision. So there you go. You can see the simple shape. If I just knock this, actually I'll just do this way, a lot easier. There we go. So if you had this, you want it to be precise, you can see how it kind of changes it. Really cool. This will obviously be the basic one. When I used to build ships, the first couple I made, actually I used this. So say if I went for a small one, I'd do something like this. Obviously I'd just cut it off at the halfway point. And then I'd basically at the beginning I actually just did normal precision, I think. You can't really see it that way. Can I zoom it out? No, not really. So there you go. And then you can get the width and stuff like that. It gave me a basic shape. I don't use it anymore. It's not particularly accurate for that kind of stuff. There you go. There you go. You got kind of like you'd have a kind of ship shape. And then obviously if you wanted to put precision up, you'd get these circular bits. I sometimes use it for my sailing ships. Well, kind of. Mainly to get a look at what it would look like as a perfect sphere. And then I can model it around that. A lot of you guys have asked me about those kind of things. So I guess that answers that in there. Other stuff that you've got: observatory, wizard's tower, giant snowman, lighthouse, all that kind of stuff. So you can, you know, mess around with this and go, well, actually I want a diameter, I want a really fat little one. There you go. And where you got these side tower, you can take that off, or you can add it in. You can have it going up really high. You know, step floor. This step floor thing is how many things there are. I can't remember what it is, or how many floors. So, you know, you've got all this stuff, basically, with this tool. So it's really cool. But yeah, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on this for a little bit more. You know, tell me what you guys think of it so far. I won't actually release the next, or record the next episode until I've read your comments. And I will still be working on this, of course, in the background. But we should have the kind of modern hospital done by next episode, or during next episode. I might go over some more stuff that you guys have kind of mentioned. But thanks for watching, guys. Sorry there wasn't a time lapse. It's just this is ridiculously difficult to time lapse, especially with all the copy and pasting that I did on it, and the deleting, probably the fourth one. But thanks for watching this episode of Dakr City. I guess it's new Dakr City now. But I'll see you guys on the next episode and next video.